Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Edox Geoscope Automatic 130th Anniversary Limited Edition of 300 pieces. You can see this dual-time stainless steel automatic Edox on our website. Purchase it there, and if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time to see our full listing for this watch, with additional accessories included, high-resolution images, and naturally full pricing details. Now, this 46mm watch is a bold, modern tribute to a classic that Edox issued in 1970. The first Geoscope was giant for its time, 42mm. It featured a very similar dial layout to this one, with a similar dual-time array. Now, at first glance, you may think this is a world time watch, and while it can be used to track the time in different time zones, it's actually a conventional GMT dual time, in as much as you have a 24-hour indicator that makes one circuit every 24 hours, and the ability to set that hand, currently at approximately 2:30 on the dial, independently of the hours at center. What is a little bit unconventional about this watch is its combination of historically inspired cues, modern size, and a remarkable breakdown of the actuators for the functions. What you see at 8 o'clock is actually the quick set for the date, and what appear to be chronograph pushers are actually adjusters, incremental adjusters, Patek style, for the local hour hand at center. Now, I'm going to take the watch off the wrist and explain some of its dimensions, because you've seen it on my 6 1/3 inch, 16cm wrist, but I can't really give you an impression of just how broad and flat this watch is without turning it on its side. 46mm across the broad of the case. The watch is only 12.5mm thick, meaning it's exceptionally slim for its size. Now, lug to lug, it is a giant. At 57.5mm from extremity to extremity, this is a watch that's in the size class of something like an IWC Big Pilot, and easily at that. The watch does have an impressive heft to it, but it's nicely counterbalanced by a superb multi-link tapered bracelet. Now, the individual links are small, especially at center, so this watch has a very silken feel on the wrist. You can see how tightly that bracelet can bend, so the individual points of articulation make this wear a lot more like a very soft calfskin than a piece of metal. Now, on the underside, there are beautifully broad channels between the links, so it has no tendency to pinch skin or pull hair. And it's paired with a double deployant clasp. This is good for smaller wrists because it doesn't have the one big up and over fold of a single. And when it's closed, it's actually remarkably low profile. There's barely any evidence of the partition point, so it's a very clean look, but with the security of twin trigger release, so you have to actively disengage it. This heavy watch can't simply pop open. Now, on the case back, you'll see the notation of the 100th anniversary, as well as the individual numbering of this 300-piece limited edition. It's beautifully made, and you'll also note that 200-meter water resistance comes standard with this aggressive modern sports watch. I'll also mention that the watch is easy to read once you get used to it, as the combination of light tones on a light background can make this a double take watch at first. You quickly grow used to it, and it's a charming, quirky little thing. It's got a lot of personality. It's not really built in the image of anything but Edox's own Geoscope, so in that sense, it's a wonderfully original tribute to a wonderfully original first edition from 1970. The watch even recapitulates the lines of that original 42mm watch with the unique, almost biomorphic taper of the case. You can see the lug hoods are a little bit concave. You can see the combination of polished and satin metallic finish, and the way the case tapers into the bracelet pretty seamlessly with an interesting interlink interface at the lugs. This is the rare case of an affordably priced complication that's completely its own thing and stylistically owes nothing to anybody or anything except Edox's own heritage. Now, Edox today is run out of the Swiss Jura. They're actually in a town in the Jura Mountains, no longer in Grenchen, where they were founded in 1884. And of course, if you're doing the math, you know this 130th anniversary would have come out in 2014 by that math. So it's a relatively recent and nuanced edition from Edox that offers a ton of complication for the money. It's an automatic winding caliber based on an ETA base. Now, it's called the Edox Caliber 07 and allows you to jump the hour hand, the local hour hand, forward and backwards. Now, most of the time when you see this travel time function on a watch, it means that it doesn't have a conventional quick set. You usually have to rotate that local hand again and again, 2 times around for each change of the date. Here, you actually do get a quick set function, and it's operated by the pusher at 8 o'clock. This is most unusual, as conventionally, dual time watches with that quick set function simply don't have a conventional quick set date. You either have the quick set hour hand or the quick set date, generally not both. Edox gives you both, and although this watch isn't explicitly sold as a dive watch, nor does it meet the ISO standard for a diver, nevertheless with 200-meter water resistance, when you're not using it as a travel watch, you can easily take this scuba diving, skin diving, any kind of waterborne activity you like with the crown screwed down. Consider it the ultimate travel and adventure watch for those who have a predilection for larger timepieces. You can see this Edox Geoscope Limited Edition of 300 and purchase it on our website.